The Vermont State direct examination of Ms. Link. The state will now have an opportunity to cross-examine.
Hi, Ms. Link.
Hi.
How are you?
Okay.
I just want to get a couple things clear real quick. Pedro had committed acts of domestic violence against you in the past, right?
Right out the gate, the prosecutor is drilling down on prior domestic violence. Because in court, establishing a history of aggression can completely change how the jury interprets self-defense. But watch closely. They're also setting up contradictions. Do you think prior abuse should heavily influence a self-defense claim?
Yes.
And you, him?
Yes.
Now, I know you said that you had to change the lock because of Pedro, right?
Yes.
He never had a key.
To the old one.
Right, but after all that went down, he never had a key?
No.
The night that he died, he didn't have a key either, right?
I don't know.
Did you ever give him a key?
Not to the house, no.
Okay, so he never had a key the night that he died.
Maybe his car keys or the house keys too.
Here comes a classic prosecution move, using the mother's testimony to challenge the witness's credibility. If the mom saw it choking but didn't call police, the prosecutor is trying to imply the abuse wasn't that bad, or that the witness is exaggerating now. This is a big pressure moment.
The house in Florida City.
To your house, the keys that you changed, she never had a key to your house.
No.
And your mom testified earlier, right?
Yes.
And she said she actually saw him choke you?
Yes.
She actually saw him put his hands around your neck?
Yes.
And she didn't call the police?
No, that's why she kept getting tired.
You're gonna have to keep your voice up. I can barely hear. The answer was?
No, that's why she kept getting tired of it.
She saw you, her daughter, get choked and she never called the police?
No.
Your children were home, right?
Yes.
Her grandchildren were home, right?
Yes.
She could have taken those children out of such a dangerous living condition, right?
Yes.
And she didn't, right?
Right.
She just left your house, right?
Yes.
Leaving you.
This is tough. The prosecutor is painting the mother as someone who abandoned her daughter and grandkids in danger. Whether that's true or not, it emotionally corners the witness. Jury emotions matter, and this line of questioning hits hard. What would you think if you were sitting on that jury?
In a dangerous living condition at that point, right?
Yes.
Pedro was so dangerous that your mom actually flew to Texas to move you out of your home and get away from him, right?
Yes.
But she just left you there?
She got tired of the excuses.
She left her grandchildren around such a dangerous man?
Yes.
Okay, huge moment. The prosecutor is establishing that Pedro was unarmed. This is critical. In self-defense cases, the entire narrative can hinge on whether the threat was deadly. The state is trying to dismantle the reasonable fear argument piece by piece.
And you said that these 4 pieces of paper were what's stopping you from calling the police?
Yes.
And that's that's defense exhibit F, just for the record. You could have told the police he broke into your house, though, right?
I wouldn't let them deport me. He wasn't a bad guy.
He wasn't a bad guy.
No.
Okay. Now, you killed Pedro, right?
Yes.
And that was in 2022, right?
Yes.
And we're here 3 years later?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a yes?
Yes.
Okay. Now, when Pedro was killed, he didn't have a knife, right?
No.
He didn't have a gun?
No.
You're the only one that was armed, right?
Yes.
You actually had the deadly force in your hands before you killed him, right?
Yes.
And he was never armed, right?
At that night, no.
He, according to you, was just going to lock you out of the house, right?
At that moment, that was what was gonna happen, yes.
Okay. Because you didn't want to sleep outside, you shot him, right?
I don't wanna keep getting hit.
But you told police you didn't want to sleep outside. That's what he said to you, right?
Yes.
And that was right after, according to you, you cheated on him. Or, I'm sorry, you admitted to cheating on him, right?
Yes.
While you were armed, you admitted to cheating on him, right?
Yes.
And this was a man that was so dangerous and so angry, so aggressive, you, armed with a firearm, admitted to this man that you cheated on him, right?
I thought maybe that if I finally told him, it would just get it over with.
Okay. After you,
Can you speak a little
I'm
louder?
sorry, I said I thought if I finally just told him that it would just get it over with and he would finally, we can move on.
okay. Now you waited to call 911, right?
Yes,
You knew you shot him? Right.
not at first.
As you walked on camera that we saw in State 16, we heard you actually say, "You'll be fine. It's not like I hit a major artery. You'll be fine," right?
That's not what I said.
Okay. Now you hid the gun, right?
Yes,
You hid the casing, right?
no,
Knowing you shot him, you waited 1 minute, right?
Pay attention here. The timeline after the shooting is where juries often make up their minds. Delays in calling 911, touching the victim's belongings, hiding items. These can look like consciousness of guilt, but the defense will argue panic. Which interpretation sounds more believable to you?
Before you called 911?
no,
Okay. You waited 10 minutes.
until I got the phone.
Let's wait a minute.
I'm sorry.
Waiting for 1 minute. You waited a minute to call 911, right?
I didn't wait.
There was a 10-minute delay, right?
I'm not sure exactly how long it was.
And we just waited a minute, and you waited 10 of those before 911 was called, right?
I don't know how long it was.
You lied to the 911 operator about who you were, though, right?
I did.
About how old Pedro was?
Yes,
You lied about who he was,
yes,
and you lied about what happened. Right?
I did.
You actually found him before you called 911, right?
I found him within that very minute. I called him.
Okay. And you walked up to his body as he died, and you took his phone out of his pockets, right?
I took his phone out to put the tourniquet, yes.
Okay. And you took his wallet out of his pockets as well, right?
No,
Now, after taking his phone and his wallet out of his pockets, you walked back to that Chevy Trax, right? That rental car?
I never took his wallet out.
And you put the phone back in the Trax?
No,
You put the wallet back in the Trax, right?
I don't remember.
You turned the car off, right? After doing this?
I turned the car off after the police came.
And you pulled your phone out, right?
No, he had the phone, it was next to him on the floor.
And you turned your flashlight on over his body, right?
No,
And you turned that flashlight on even though that Chevy Trax would have lit up the area a whole lot better, didn't you?
I turned the light on after I was next to him, and that was so I could see where he was at.
And you did all this because you didn't want anyone to know who he was, right?
I expected for him to live, and he would have corroborated the story just for those kids.
But he can't because he's dead, right?
Yeah,
And you hid his phone, you hid his wallet, you turned off the car because you didn't want anybody to know who he was because it'd be easy to piece it back to you as the shooter, right?
I never hid it.
After all, even your sister told the police that if Pedro was dead, you were the one to kill him, right?
She never said that.
Now, after putting his phone and wallet back in the car he rented, that's when you called 911, right?
I put the stuff in the car looking for my phone. I had it already in my hand. I was looking for my phone so I could call 911. I went back to his body just to try to render him aid, and that's when I seen the phone like a foot next to him.
And that's when you started helping him because you were afraid of being caught, right?
No, I started helping him because I didn't want him to die.
Okay. Now, when Officer Nicholson arrived on scene, you lied to him, right?
I did.
Okay. You lied about you didn't know what happened?
This cross-examination is brutal. The prosecutor is stacking lie after lie after lie to show a pattern. In legal strategy, this is called impeachment, breaking down the witness's credibility until the jury questions everything they say. We're heading into the most aggressive stretch now.
I did.
You lied when you told him that you thought you heard a car peel off and heard a gunshot, right?
I did.
That gunshot you heard was actually your gunshot, right?
Yes.
You asked Pedro as he died, we saw his last moments on earth, what the fuck happened, right?
One of his legs, he couldn't move at all, and I didn't understand why.
But you knew what happened, right?
Not to the other leg.
Because you shot him, right?
I don't see how I didn't understand how he would have had 2 shots at all.
Now, when Officer Nicholson asked Pedro if he was shot, you answered for Pedro, right? Or excuse me, if he was shot, you answered for Pedro.
I did.
You said something about hitting a major artery, right?
I said I might have. I could have.
Because you knew you had shot him and hit a major artery, right?
No.
And that's even why you told Pedro, as he fled from you, that you'll be fine, it's not like I hit a major artery, right?
I said, you don't want to go to the hospital? I could have hit a major artery. You'll be fine.
Because you were mocking him, right?
If that's how you perceive it.
Now, Officer Aguila also arrived on scene, and you lied to him too, right?
I don't know who that is.
You lied when you told him all you heard was screaming, right?
Yes.
You lied when you told him Pedro left the house 30 minutes before.
Yes.
You lied when you told him that Pedro had left walking by himself, right?
No.
You admitted to Officer Rodriguez, though, that you were married to Pedro, right?
At that point, I felt like I had to tell the truth.
You told him that you were together for 9 years, right?
You were.
But now you knew who Pedro was when you were talking to Officer Rodriguez. You didn't know who he was beforehand, right?
No.
You knew his address now, right?
Yeah.
You told him that Pedro was with his friends that night, right?
I did.
Okay. You told him that he was with friends that night, but you didn't tell him how Pedro got home, did you?
No.
Because you actually picked Pedro up, right?
I did.
You told Officer Rodriguez that Pedro was really flustered and wouldn't talk to you that night, right?
I did.
That he kept coming and going all night?
Yes.
But you never said that you were scared of him to Officer Rodriguez, right?